Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2018. It's still the beta, and if you didn't see the last episode, what's going to happen is going to be a very big surprise to you, because we are no longer the Napoli manager, as you can see. It is Paulo Sousa. They finished 8th in the table after I was sacked, so screw you, didn't make any improvement, you didn't get Europe. We have, however, gone and got ourselves a new job in the Premier League. It's with Crystal Palace. And I'm surprised they stayed up. No offence to Palace. They sacked their manager. I can't remember who is their manager. No idea. Can't remember. Can't even find out in the game. So yeah. Anyway, I've become the Crystal Palace manager, and there's a lot. I've already done a lot. We're on the 14th of August, and transfers have happened in the shed load. Before we discuss the transfers I've made, let's just have a look at the transfers that the previous manager made. So, they signed permanently. Let's ignore Almame Touré from Monaco. He came in on loan, he's gone back. They've signed Mauro Baselli from Lyon, and Luigi Sepe from Napoli. So, yeah, he's back. He's now back in the frame. And they sold Olio Dwyer. That's it. That's all that's happened. However, let's talk about the players that I've signed and sold. Most importantly, the player that I've sold, which has funded the whole thing. Joel Ward has been sold for £17 million to Leicester. Now, I didn't want to get rid of him because he's very good. But for a player like that, 28 years old, right back, for £17 million, I know I can replace him fairly easily. So, Joel Ward is gone, which then caused a bit of a problem with Wilfried Zaha. Doesn't matter, we fixed it. Another player's left, and this one's very odd. He's not gone permanently, but Jason Punchin has signed for Inter Milan on loan. And yeah, I don't get it. He's alright. He's 32. He's gone to Italy for a little bit. Why not? Now some of the ins then. First up was Luciano Narsing, who's come in from Swansea. Basically they got relegated, so we got him on the cheap, about £1.4 million. Complete backup, bought because I needed more central midfielders. Luke Hyam's come in on a free transfer from Ipswich. He is literally signed as a backup, so wouldn't be surprised if he never plays. Ki Sung-young has joined from Swansea, once again on a free transfer because Swansea got relegated and he didn't want to sign a new contract. And I think that is a very good player for a free transfer. And he's not on a lot of money either. Another player who is a backup, Samuel Gustafsson, has come in from Torino on a free transfer once again. He's just another central midfielder, and he's young, so he might improve. This player wasn't free, but I thought he was. Matty Palmer has joined from Burton for $625k. I don't know why I paid money for him. Basically, because I assume because he's young, I had to give Burton some money for his training. But yeah, that's annoying, because he's a backup. Axel Aktas is a player that the head of youth development signed for me. I didn't ask him to, they bought him, and they spent £1.4 million on him, so I kind of want to get my money's worth and maybe play this guy a few games. I've brought in Kyle Walker-Peters on loan from Tottenham for the season. I've brought him in as a first team, and I don't think he's going to be first team. He's going to be a backup, 100% he's going to be a backup, but Kyle Walker-Peters is in. I'm not paying him any money. Well, I'm paying him 10 grand a week, but that's about it. The replacement for Joel Ward, Sergei Palencia, has joined from Barcelona. He cost about £2 million, and he's 3.5-star right back, which that's what you want to replace your 4-star right back who's left. We're still going. Another player in on loan, Weston McKennie, has joined from Schalke in Germany, American defensive midfielder. However, I'm thinking I'm going to repurpose him to be an advanced playmaker. He's only 19 years old and his media description is a wonder kid. So he is a player who I think in this game is going to be... A lot of people are going to buy him, or at the very least, if you're sort of a mid to low level championship, premiership side, you're probably going to want to loan him early on. A player who's been knocking about on the previous Football Managers as a very good youth prospect, 21-year-old South African Rivaldo Coetzee, has joined. Didn't get a work permit, didn't realise, loaned him out to Porto for a season. He's very good, but yeah, he won't get a work permit. I don't know why, he's got 28 caps. 3 more to go, and a player who was familiar to me from the Napoli team. Carol Linetti has joined. He's my biggest transfer of £7.75 million. He was transfer listed, and I just like Carol Linetti. He's a good player. When I had him at Southampton on the last game, he was outstanding, so I'm hoping he's still as good in this one. Ferran Sarsanades, I think that's how I'm saying it. Anyway, he's joined from Barcelona B. He was on a free transfer. Signed him because why not? He's gone out on loan to MK Dons for the season. You'll never see him play. And finally, Ben Woodburn has joined from Liverpool on loan for the season as a rotation. This was another one that my youth guy, the head of youth, that's what he's called, decided to... They bid for him on loan. And I thought, actually, you know what? Yeah, he's pretty good. So Ben Woodburn's come in. Just seen he was on loan at Swansea last year. He got relegated with Swansea along with two of the other players I've signed. So that is all of the transfers in and out. 13.75 million spent, £17 million brought in. There's a couple of other players who have left, and that's because their contracts expired. And by a couple, I mean quite a few. The main ones, really, Yohan Cabaye is the biggest one to leave. He just didn't want to sign a new contract, and he's gone to Barcelona. Fair enough, yeah. I can see why. Lee Chong-yong was another player. I could have given him a new contract, but I didn't think I'm gonna need him, so Lee Chong-yong has now gone for Cardiff, apparently. Another player to leave on a free was Bakary Sakho. He's currently without a club, although he's wanted by... if I can click on it. Spal. I can't click on it. It's on it. He's wanted by Spal. And the final one that I want to mention, he left the club on a free transfer, and then I re-signed him as a goalkeeping coach. Julian Speroni, 39-year-old Argentine club legend. That's the only reason why I signed him. He's a club legend. He's now my goalkeeping coach, and he's actually a pretty good one at that. A quick look then at the dynamics of the team. We've got 3 team leaders. We did have... They've kind of changed around since I joined. So Wilfred Zaha, Mamadou Sakho, and Scott Dan are the team leaders so far. I believe Scott Dan was a highly influential player, and then he moved up into team leader when Speroni left, I believe. We've got a lot of players who are just called other players, which I'm hoping as time goes on, basically they're all the new signings, as time goes on, hopefully they'll start moving up into the influential and maybe highly influential players bit. Do we even want that? I don't know. Maybe I just want... Yeah, I don't want any influential players. Now, this is a bit of a mess, the whole social groups. So there are 4 groups, well, 3 groups and then others. Core social group, which is basically all the players who were already at the club. Secondary social group, which is a lot of players who can speak French, isn't it? No, it's not that. They've been at the club for roughly the same amount of time and are generally balanced. Sure, don't know what that means. Secondary social group B, Scott Dan, Hennessy, Baselli and Williams. They've been in that's the same as Group A. Why aren't they all in Group A together? Anyway, and then we've got the others, which is Linetti, Palencia, Woodburn, Ki-Sung-Young, Gustafsson, McKinney, and Carl Walker-Peters. So yeah, that's all the new guys. Today then, you're just going to get the one match, and it's going to be against my team, Southampton, at Selhurst Park. This could go either way, if I'm honest. I've sorted out a tactic. This is my tactic here. Ignore the players that are in positions. That's what I'm going to try and go with. It's probably not going to work. I'll see you in a second for the Southampton game. Hold on a minute. We are on the 16th of August, a day before the Premier League season starts, and the transfer deadline is going to happen. Have they changed the transfer deadline? It looks like they have. So they've got the transfer window now as the 9th of June to the 16th of August. So basically the window shuts before the season actually starts, which that's quite good, because I'm wondering whether that is actually like dynamic through the game. So you might actually not have the transfer window do that. That's pretty cool. I like that. Bit annoying because, transfer window's just about to shut and I haven't got any money. I say that as I sign Max Broughton from Bolton. Now, he is considered a centre-back. He's not a centre-back. He's definitely not a centre-back. So immediately, I'm going to retrain him as a striker who's potentially a poacher. Yes, please. There we go. Look, he's definitely a poacher. Max Broughton is now going to be a poacher, and I'm going to force him to play there for the under-23s. And we've also got the League Cup second round. Yes, it is a second round. Let's just draw all teams. Bristol Rovers is who we've got. That should be a winnable game. One thing I need to do before the opening game of the season is change the colour of my tie. It was Napoli blue. It's now going to be... Did we go red or did we go... Let's go... I don't even know. What colour is... There? Sure, let's go with that. Palace red. It should be blue. It should be blue. Let's change it to blue. Palace blue. There we go. Maybe, do I put some yellow in here? Can I get a gold shirt? There we go. Now, much better. Red jacket. No, that's going too far. Here we go then. First game of the season, and for some reason we're wearing our away kit even though we're at home. Against Southampton, manager Brendan Rodgers. Well, Pellegrino, the guy who, I'm a Saints fan, I don't even know what his name is. He's been sacked by the looks of it. Brendan Rodgers has been put in charge. That's probably not that bad an appointment, really. The starting lineup then for my first game in charge of Crystal Palace. In goal is Wayne Hennessy, back four of Papsoir, Mamadou Sakho, James Tompkins and Sergei Palencia, two midfielders of Carol Linetti and Weston McKennie, left midfielder of Wilfried Zaha, Andros Townsend is on the right, and two strikers of Ben Woodburn as the trequartista and Christian Benteke as the target man. I suspect we're going to get battered here. That's just my expectations. And the starting lineup for Southampton then, interestingly, they've recalled Jordi Clasie, he's not gone anywhere, and Divock Origi has signed and is playing as the lone striker. Let's talk to the team, let's give them something to cheer about, and then the assistant can say nothing, because they're always useless. Assistant managers are always useless. Look at how full up Selhurst Park is compared to San Paolo in Serie A. This is much better. 57 seconds on the clock and we have a highlight. Benteke in the middle, Carol Linetti, edge of the area. He's taken it round one, he's had a go, and it is just wide and over of Fraser Forster's goal. This is going to be a lot easier for me to commentate because I know the Premier League. I know a lot of the Premier League footballers. I don't know a lot about Serie A. Don't know if you realised. Ward-Prowse with a free kick for Southampton, a long way out, and it's gone just wide. Target with a throw. Divock Origi, who's got an injury and a yellow card. Jordi Clasie to Matt Target over the top. Divock Origi's going to get there first. He's been tackled by Palencia, and the counter-attack could be on. Ben Woodburn on loan from Liverpool, of course. Woodburn back to Townsend. In the middle to McKennie. I'm liking McKennie. I know we've seen 18 minutes of him, but I'm liking McKennie. His stats look really good. Through ball from Virgil van Dijk to Divock Origi, and Wayne Hennessy makes a save. It's going to be a corner. Ward-Prowse to take the corner. It's gone to the back post. Wesley Hood's there. It's cleared by Tompkins, only as far as Buffal. Buffal back into the area. Tadic, what has happened there? Suarez gets it clear, and Benteke's chasing it down. Gonalons gets there, but that'll end the highlight. Well, it looks like Southampton are being the better side, which does not surprise me one bit. Forster with the goal kick. Tries to get it to Tadic, doesn't get there. Clasie gets the ball though. Tadic, Ward-Prowse. Oh, seriously? Seriously? On your debut? McKennie's going to get himself sent off on his debut after 30 minutes. Just as I was bigging him up as well. Well, this is going to change the entirety of the team. Benteke actually can drop back. Let's keep Woodburn as the trequartista. Sorry, Benteke. Ball winner midfielder of Milojevic. I have no idea how to say your name at all. 42 minutes on the clock. Goal kick for Fraser Forster. And I think having Weston sent off... that's his first name, isn't it? McKennie sent off is probably not going to be particularly helpful for us. Origi. He's been tackled by Linetti and Milojevic is going to get the ball. Zaha is the counter-attack on. Through ball to Woodburn, doesn't quite get there. That was risky, Sakho. Buffal gets the ball. He's running through. He's had an effort, and Hennessy with the save. Let's just hold on till half-time, and maybe we can try and do some tactic changes, maybe. Origi gets the ball back. This is still the same highlight. He's played it out wide, Tadic. Tadic's going to be closed down, though. It's crossed in, and Jordi Clasie scored. Jordi Clasie scored. That's not something that happens. It's half-time, and so far we've had 6 shots with 0 on target. 0 shots on target. None. Not one single shot on target. Assertively, I expect to see a much better showing. Assistant is probably then going to apologise to everyone. Oh no, he's just got nothing to say to Weston McKennie. He got sent off. Tactically, we need to go counter. I don't think there's anything we can do short of going counter. Is there anything on here that I probably shouldn't be doing? Let's just go for long shots. It's Fraser Forster. Looks like Southampton have kept Divock Origi on despite his injury. And he's coming forward with the ball on the first highlight. Dusan Tadic. Jordi Clasie, the goal scorer. Maxim Gonalons, player that I almost signed for Napoli. And Milojevic is going to get booked straight away. We've had a shot on target. We've had one singular shot on target. It's taken most of the game to do it. It's a highlight for Southampton. Tadic, classy, back to Tadic again. Cedric, he's got a bit of space. Not really. He's crossed it in anyway. And Divock, what's happened there? It was an absolute sitter, and we've managed to keep it out. 72 minutes on the clock, and I'm going to do a sub, and I've realised that I did not pick any strikers for the bench. That's worrying. So, this guy, we'll call him Jason, or Lakilo. Lakilo, I can say Lakilo, that's fine. He's going to play up front. Good luck, buddy. You're going to need it. 88 minutes on the clock, and we have a highlight, and right now would be a wonderful time to score a goal. Townsend keeps it in, but gets tackled by Matt Targett, and Southampton are going to counter. Shane Long bringing the ball to the edge of the penalty area. He's had a go, and that has gone well wide. That's probably the final highlight. This is definitely the final highlight. Tadic with a throw. It is a 1-0 defeat in our first game, and if I'm perfectly honest, we weren't very good at all. Assertively, I'm not happy, and then wait for the assistant to say, you were unlucky for everyone. He didn't say anything. He said nothing at all. Are you just as useless as I am? So, 1 game into our reign as the Crystal Palace manager, and 1 defeat. And it's a game that I say we should have won. Should we have won it? I don't think we should have won it. Why has it got yellow cards and yellow cards? Why is there no red cards on there? Because we'd be winning that one. Oh, great, and I've just had a look at my fixtures. So, we've got West Ham, then Bristol Rovers, and then Tottenham, Liverpool and Arsenal in the league. We're not going to get any wins until, I don't know, maybe West Brom, Stoke time, if we're lucky. Next episode, then, we're going to go for Arsenal and Watford, I think. I'm going to try and go through this season fairly quickly, because when the game gets fully released, which is at the end of the week on Friday, I'm planning on starting my first proper save, because obviously this is still the beta save. This is still the Napoli save. I just got given a job at Crystal Palace. So yeah, once this is over, once the main game comes out at the end of this season, so even if the main game comes out before I finish, I'm going to finish the season, and then we're going to start something proper. So we're going to do Arsenal and Watford next game, and maybe we might have actually picked up some points by then. I'm not hopeful. I'm really not hopeful. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2018 with Crystal Palace now, no longer Napoli. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.